can't tell if the chemistry's good by looking at it. It wasn't clear yesterday. For the last time, the saltwater pool is a chlorine pool.
This is the Talking Pools podcast with pool pros from every region in the country. If it happens in a pool, you'll hear about it here. Everything from tips and hacks to the latest tricks and trends. Breaking news, we lay it on the line. We tell it like it is because we think you deserve to know.
Hello guys, I'm here with Matthew from Floridra and I'm looking at a couple of new chlorinators. Do you care to explain them to us?
Yeah, we're super excited to bring this new range to market. So we've got our Solo as a premium entry-level unit. It can control a variable speed pump as well as our new Bluetooth pressure sensor that goes into a filter. And so it's designed for customers who want a premium entry-level experience, app control, the ability to control your pump and set timers all in a convenient space. And as we start progressing up the range, we start adding additional feature sets. So when you get customers who are looking at that entry market, they're a little bit price budget conscious. It's a fantastic solution, but a lot of customers have a little bit more bells and whistles on their pool installations. So if you've got things like a heater, if you want light control, if you still want your variable speed pump or dosing capabilities, that's where the Echo is going to come into the market. And what's great about the Echo is that we're not locking into our ecosystem when it comes to heater control. We do have a dry contact relay on the bottom here, so we can then allow it to tap into the remote connections on other heat pumps, in the flow switch if it doesn't have that, or a pressure switch for gas heaters and the like. So that ability to integrate a heater with our filtration pump setup gives us that ability to control all through one interface as well. So we're really excited to bring this to market.
Yes. So I'm a sucker for lights and flashing lights. What's that mean?
So what we have noticed in the industry is that consumers get these fancy products installed on their pool equipment sites, but they never get that fantastic handover experience to explain exactly how things work. So what we've done is we've introduced a new notification system. So any issues or errors or warnings that get thrown up on the screen get communicated through our notifications panel. And we also have a visual indicator here on the bottom through our O on the Echo or Solo or Halo.
Yep.
And so if you ever have anything flashing, blinking, anything to do with the oranges or red colors impacts that warning or notice, we can then display those issues directly on screen. And we can also communicate other things going on with the systems during its normal operation as well. So if I go up here into our notifications area, we can then communicate anything from a filtering perspective. It's going to be a solid green. As it's pulsing green, it's going to be in a chlorinating state. So we're producing chlorine for the pool. In a solid blue or blinking blue, it's going to be in an updating process. And as I mentioned, anything in that red hue is going to be a warning or an error notification. And then just go that extra mile, when it's in an idle state, we can then customize what that color here is. So that if you've got a customer who wants that to be a pink hue, and I hit that save button, and if I were to clear all my errors out, that will then move from a red to a pink hue in that case. Now it's currently saying that I've got an open temperature connection because we're in a demo mode for today. So if I was to go in here, change my heater contacts out of the equation, and if I was to then disable my temperature sensor just to clear that error message out of the system. So I've got no notifications here, and that pink notification idle has now shown up.
A level of customability I haven't seen before, so that's really handy.
It goes a long way further than that though. So one of the great things that we're adding for this in timer control is the ability to set timers through any day of the week. So if we go into our frequency settings, we can then have custom timers from Monday to Sunday there. And to go a level further than that, we're now introducing 4 seasons customizations as well. So you have the ability to set a timer that runs on Mondays only, in winter only, and you can also tailor when that winter season starts and stops as well. So a level of customization that the industry doesn't actually have yet.
Almost like you've thought of everything.
And we really have tried to.
All right, well, thanks for your time today.
No worries. Thanks, everyone. Cheers.
We are now on the Brower stand at Splash 2026, and I am joined by Luther.
Hey guys.
And Luther is Instagram famous, so if you're not following him, you need to follow Brower.
Yeah, Brower Swim. Jump online.
So Luther is going to tell us about his awesome products. They are well known for their AOP systems in the commercial space in particular, but also covering the residential as well. So Luther, please tell us about your fantastic products.
Yeah, so this is one of our commercial grade chlorine generators. This is called the M2000, so it's a 2,000 grammer chlorine generator. They are the best looking chlorinators in the market.
2,000 grams. So what size pool does that do?
So that's your typical million litre pool, but we do up to 4,000 grams. So that's good for your 50 metre plus pools, aquatic centres, surf parks. This is what you typically see running in your theme parks, wave pools, surf parks.
So you guys are in some of the biggest pools in Australia.
Yeah, correct. And yeah, correct. We are in the biggest pools in Australia. That's what we're known for. We started off in the learn to swim industry and proved our products in that market. And then the councils jumped on board. And now we're in the majority of the largest councils around the country and around the world.
And a lot of the caravan parks too.
Yeah. Majority of the holiday parks use our equipment, recovery centres, learn to swim.
So we just have to convince the US market to pick up saltwater chlorination. They've been a bit slow on the uptake.
Exactly right, but there's plenty of other countries that like to use salt chlorination.
Yes.
A lot of countries find it very difficult to get liquid chlorine, so that's why they're going to salt.
And so do your units work on all various salt levels?
Yeah, correct. So the term fresh water, also known as a low TDS 1200, so we can go from 1200 TDS, which is not detectable to the taste, feel, touch, all the way through to seawater. So we can produce the chlorine required in all those levels of TDS. But not just chlorination, we do AOP, secondary sanitation, as you said.
Let's walk.
We're coming past some of our residential units here.
So saltwater chlorinator.
Yeah, that's just your standard chlorinator. Then you got your ozone unit that can be retrofitted up against your backyard chlorine generator. And
so that could typically go on either whether it be salt chlorination or liquid chlorine or
that just complements your chlorine. At the end of the day, you need that small amount of residual chlorine. But adding the B Natural, which is our ozone generator, allows you to reduce those levels. It removes the nasty combined chlorine that gives you allergies, eczema, asthma, those sort of things. Helps with the clarity of your water, and it really looks after those people that have those.
Terrific, and that's a acid dose at the same time.
Correct. That's your automatic pH acid control dosing unit, and then you've got the all-in-one units over here, which is either a B fresh unit or a B mineral. So it's chlorination and ozone all in the one unit, and you can have it either as a freshwater option or your mineral option.
And so the freshwater option works off a low TDS, you said?
Yes,
so it still has a chlorination cell?
Yes.
Yep, or electrode? Yep. And it has the ozone as well?
Yeah, definitely.
Fantastic. And then what's this big bopper beside us?
These are the all-in-one units that we build. So we have in-house fabricators. So we have your chlorine generation, AOP, UV, chemical control, all on the one neat skid. So the pool builder can tell us how much room they have, and we can put all the items onto one neat skid, plumb it, wet test it, wire it up, ship it out the door anywhere in the country, just to reduce the time their plumbers have on site. So labour is a very expensive cost these days. So with our guys being able to do this all in our factory and ship it off on one neat skid, it's reducing the cost and time in field.
So the first one we looked at, the really big bopper, was a 2,000 grammer, was that correct?
Yes, correct.
And so is this a 500 grammer only having one cell, or have I got the sizes wrong?
No, this cell can come as a 250 or a 500. This one's 250 on this display.
Yep.
So we've got a 250 generator with an AOP X2.
So the AOP is on the other side?
Yes, and this is what you typically find at a learn to swim school that has 1,000 bathers per week.
Wow.
So this will go in and guarantee and maintain health regulations for those 1,000 bathers per week.
So this is AOP, so UV, ozone, all in one?
All in the one unit.
Producing hydroxyl radicals.
Correct, and it's saltwater compatible. So you'll see other UV systems out there that are made of stainless steel, but you can't use them with salt water chlorination because you can't put salt in the water because they end up rusting out. So our poly units
Fantastic.
have revolutionised that market.
And I understand, you're in Australia and New Zealand?
In the islands, in the Fiji and Pacific Islands.
Yeah.
Right over there. Asia.
Right.
Southeast Asia put our systems in for the Southeast Asia Games.
Wow.
They actually rang up and told us that they got the fastest pool in the world now. So I don't know how that happens. Maybe the pool's built on an angle.
That's all right.
But if their gold medalist is saying that water's the fastest in the world, well, we're not going to deny that, and we're going to run with it. That's for sure.
And Brow will take that gold medal, and
we will.
Right.
And we do have the biggest pipes in the business. So with our big secondary sanitation systems over here, running 10-inch pipes, glass strainers, that's when you need serious equipment to look after those bathers. So it's not about looking after the bathers, particularly when it comes to councils. Councils want to look after their structures. So what you get with chlorine, you get a byproduct, which is a chloramide. You end up with a trihalomethane in that water, and that's what you can smell. And it's very corrosive. And that corrosive gas you can smell goes up in the air and rusts all the structures within your buildings. So that's what knocks it out. So it's not just looking after the health of the bather, it's looking after your multi-million-dollar structures.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking after your investment is so important.
Yes.
Okay, well, thank you very much for your time.
Thanks for coming. Appreciate it. See you guys again. Brow Swim.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's Monday. The crew's in the zone. Lee, Shane, and Nick serving Aussie vibes all day on. Got a call from a customer. Pool's got some issues. Sounds like a mission for the down under crew. For sure. I'm walking up to the pool, it's like a freak show. Saltwater croc swimming round, got the jaws open wide. Box jellyfish stings, great whites taking a ride. Inland taipans, eastern browns, and octopuses too. Ain't no joke, it's getting wild. I'm the one with the scoop, ain't no ordinary day. Hedgehog in the pool, gotta get it away. Aussie's Lee and me, and next to Kiwi Flair. Talking pools, Aussie and NZ, we show care. Shrimp on the Barbie, man at work, you know the vibe. Crocodile, Hunter, Dundee, and the ladies on the rise. Teresa Palmer, Margot Robbie, Chris Hemsworth, Samara weaving too. And then NZ, we got Russell Crowe. Ain't nobody gonna mess with the crew. Brushing the towel, netting the leaves, vacuuming the flow. Emptying the baskets, back washing the filter. Gotta get it right. Testing the water, adding chemicals, keeping it clean. Got the back your body, your water like a scene from a dream. It's Mondays Down Under with Lee, Shane, and Nick. Pool services, Aussie style, ain't no flick. Got the crew, got the skills, got the wild adventure too. Mondays Down Under with the pool crew. Boo, boo.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good whatever time of the day it is that you are listening to us. It is time for Mondays Down Under on the Talking Pools podcast, and we are really grateful to have you with us today. My name's Lee, and I'm the pool shop coach, and joining me is my sidekick, Nick. Hey, Nick, how are you?
Yeah, good, Lee. Going well. How are you?
Yeah, pretty good. It's been a bit chilly here today, so winter is well and truly upon us, actually. We're probably coming out the other side, aren't we? We're only a couple of weeks. Actually, by the time this goes to air, we'll only be like 1 week away from spring. How crazy is that? Winter just flew, didn't it?
It did. Did I get everything I wanted to do? No. Have I gone through my customer list? No. Yeah.
Oh, Nick, you need your butt kicked.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry, coach.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, I can say you're not a coaching client of mine. Otherwise, I would have kicked your ass already, and you would have had that list done weeks ago. No.
Am I going to have to write lines or something like that?
Yes. No, all seriousness, no. People really need to get more proactive in winter. We think winter's at one point, I think we think it's going to be endless and that we're going to have this infinite amount of time to get this very long list of everything done. And before we know it, spring is knocking on the door, summer's around the corner, and we just did not get shit done. Let's face it. Like, I've been there, best of intentions, had the list. But I tell you what, there's nothing more rewarding than actually being very diligent about getting that list done. And the sense of accomplishment that you come out of winter with, and the achievements that you've put in place, and how much smoother summer goes because you've done the legwork in winter. So sorry, Nick, you haven't got that to look forward to?
Well, we've been trying to improve our standard procedures and put a lot more procedures in place on paper. So, yeah, we have done some things, some proactive things.
That's good. But a procedure that only lives on paper is not a procedure. It's just a piece of paper.
Yes.
So we need to make sure that we do implement them and that we do keep active on them, and they're just not sitting on a shelf gathering dust like lots of procedures do.
No, I'm trying. I'm going to be working on some of the staff members and, yes, making sure that we're following those things because, the time and effort it takes to do them, you're going to see the benefit of it.
Completely. Consistency of delivery of service is so, so important because you don't want to be relying on just who the person is that does it. Or the mood that they're in today, or whatever is the case. You need to have a standard and they need to deliver on that. They need to also understand not only the what, but the why. So the what, the how, and the why is really important because if you can't get them to buy into the why, they won't do it.
Yes. No, I was trying very, very nicely this week to bite my tongue to say this is why we need to do it. But hopefully we've gotten there and I've gotten through. So, we'll see how that pans out. I'll let you know in a couple of months.
And your Monday morning meetings will be the perfect time to pick one procedure out of the book and let's go through this procedure so that everybody is familiar with it. So that might be something to add to your Monday morning meetings.
Yes. Well, back before I was a co-host, I said I listened and I did have a fair few procedures in place prior to your arrival. But I want more. I want them all.
Oh, that's good. It's actually interesting that we're talking about that because one of the things that I've been working on over the last few weeks, actually, but it's finally all coming together and I've been putting the final pieces together today is actually something that I call a business balance check. So it is like a personality quiz for your business. Those good old personality quizzes we used to do as teenagers, or I suppose sometimes they come up on social media and whatnot these days. They're a bit of fun, but for your business, it can be quite serious and it can actually really help you work out which areas you really need to work on first. Let's face it, we've probably got lots of areas in our business that we need to work on, but which ones are the ones that are screaming at us? Like they're the ones we need to attack first. So this quiz actually covers, and I don't like the word quiz, but this assessment, let's say, and I use the word business balance check, like it's a balance of, hey, how is everything looking? Just like we test water. How
water
does
balance,
the water look?
yes.
It. And so it looks at 10 different areas of your business, everything from branding, team culture, communication, what else is there? Work health and safety, policies and procedures, autonomy. There is lots in there. So 10 different areas, and each area has 7 questions. And then you rate yourself from 1 to 10 for those 7 questions. And then basically it all magically adds up at the end and it tells you which area of your business or which areas of your business you actually need to work on. So you get a personality at the end. You're either the now I'm going to have a mental blank, the firefighter, the glue, the foreman, or the owner. So they're the four personalities, let's say, of business, and then gives you a bit of a rundown of where you probably find yourself in business at the moment, and also what you probably need to work on in that respect. But then it actually identifies the 3 lowest scoring areas from your assessment. And then it gives you some ideas of probably where you're going wrong, so to speak, or maybe where you could go right is probably a better way to put it. And then a bit of an action item as well. So something that you can put in place quite simply to make a change, because let's face it, every little improvement adds up. I love that Kaizen thing. Do your girls do Kaizen at school?
Never heard of it.
You haven't heard
There's
of
a song by Cold
Kaizen?
Chisel.
Oh, it does sound like Kaizen, doesn't it? No, Kaizen is like little increments of improvement, so 1%ers. So if you do everything 1% better, it makes a substantial improvement. And so when my boys were at school, Kaizen charts were something that the kids lived by in their classrooms. So every time they did a bit of an improvement, they got a sticker on their Kaizen chart. So it goes to show that the little improvements add up. And so you might just be doing a little bit here and a little bit there, or making this one change or that one change. These ones all add up and can add up to a significant improvement in your business. So I always say, how do you eat an elephant? It's one bite at a time. So you need to not look at the whole thing, because that can be very overwhelming and very daunting. And when we are often faced with that, what do we do, Nick? Nothing.
Bury our head in the sand, run away.
We do nothing at all. And that's not going to get us anywhere. I love the saying, you'll get run over. Even if you're on the right track, you'll get run over if you just sit there.
Yeah.
And I've seen so many businesses do that even over the years. Even the really good businesses, the really big businesses that have already had the growth and the development, if they just rest on their laurels, sure as hell somebody else is going to come in behind them and overtake them.
I just know through us. Yeah, I just know throughout, it's so hard to take that external step and actually look at the business while you're in it and running it. And, having a tool that you can use to really get that extra opinion to go, okay, well, where am I falling short, or what am I doing good, and where can we improve? And so we always try those little 1%ers, fixing those little problems and trying to get in front of them so they're not a problem next time.
Yeah. Yes, you are always good at taking action and making improvements. And I think that's why a lot of people do look for a business coach. And that was why I looked for a business coach years ago, is because I wanted to do better. Like, I knew that there was huge potential. I could see the room for growth, but I wasn't really quite sure what to do. I had lots of ideas, but I also had lots of ideas that I didn't implement. Like, let's face it, how many conferences have we been to over the years where you sit in that room, you have the best of intentions, you're getting motivated by whatever guest speaker they've had up on the stage, and you're writing notes badly, and you're going, yes, I'm going to go back to work and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And you get back and you get busy. And that notebook goes in the drawer and nothing gets done.
Yes, I am guilty of that also.
We all are. Yeah. And that's where having a coach or a mentor really comes in handy, because it's a level of accountability. Turning up to your coaching session, whether that be fortnightly, weekly, whatever it might be, it means, hey, I've actually got to turn up. And I've been there, like, I've gone, shit, I've got a coaching session tomorrow and I haven't done anything since our last call. And then I sit there and I think about it. And it's like, okay, well, I've had this to deal with and I've had that to deal with. And, I did do this and I did actually implement that. And I've got a few steps further along with this thing. And you often don't give yourself credit for the things that you actually have achieved, because you're so busy just automatically jumping to the next task, you don't actually stop to enjoy the moment of success that you've actually had in achieving that one thing on the list. So
well, you look at Olympic swimmers, they win a gold medal, but they've got a coach. Could that coach win the gold medal? No, but you taking their experience, you're learning from them. They're good things, they're bad things, what works, and they're the ones standing on the podium at the end of the day. Would they have been there without the coach? Who knows? Most likely not.
The thing is, like, it takes a lot for somebody to get in a pool, like you're saying with the swimming coaching, to get in a pool day in, day out. Now, if they had to turn up and do that by themselves every day at 5 o'clock in the morning, with nobody else there to hold them accountable, to make sure they turned up, to time them, to even the fellow teammates that have that level of accountability. If you don't have any of that, it takes an incredibly strong person to do that and to push through all those pain barriers, whether it's business or it's swimming or it's running. It's still a pain barrier of some kind, and sometimes it's facing our own demons and admitting we don't know everything, or maybe there's shit we really should have dealt with.
Yes.
Like those work health and safety procedures that I find a lot of businesses are missing. Not looking at you, Nick, because you're really good at this. But like, it scares me when I actually talk to people in classrooms and they don't have PPE gear in their service vehicles. And they haven't had the work health and safety conversation with their employer when they came on board. Things like that. And it's just like, these are things that businesses need to have in place. And okay, like I say, it is a hell of an elephant if you haven't got them in place. But the best time to start, other than probably a couple of years ago, is actually right now. It's the next best time to start, because yes, we're embarrassed. We haven't done it. We should have done it. We know we should have done it. But unless we make the change, unless we make the commitment to doing it, it doesn't get done. And the only one that can make it happen is you. So you've got to make that commitment. And that's where, I love what I do, because I've been there. I've been on that other side. I've had all the ideas. I've had all the best of intentions. And once I got a coach and that level of accountability, also a sounding board. I would have loved it if he had been in the pool industry. That would have been even more beneficial, hence why I'm doing what I do now. But just having that person that could push back on my ideas and make me fight for them and make me think even further, like, I've got this idea. Wow, it could be this idea. That really strengthened and developed our business well beyond what I thought was possible. And it certainly reaped the rewards for me. And so, and if you actually look at any good business coach, they all have coaches themselves. So we're always everybody is looking for ways to improve, and you don't necessarily have to have all the answers. So, but so the quiz is something that's really I'm really interested in. So it's a free quiz. So if there's anybody out there that wants to do it, I will get Rudy to put a link in the show notes. It's a free assessment. It's called the Business Balance Check, and you complete the quiz. You'll get the report back to you actually quite quickly. I do have to say that automation is AI. The answers are not. I did use AI for the automation, and I do suggest to businesses that they use AI where appropriate. And if it helps expedite something and it doesn't replace you, because let's face it, AI doesn't have my knowledge, it doesn't have my skills, and my experience when it comes to running a pool and spa industry business. But what I do is put my answers in. So I created the 70 questions. I created the 70 answers or the 70 responses. And then I got AI, AI helped me because it put the questions in a spreadsheet. I then put the answers in. I then gave everything back to AI. AI can then pull the bits and pieces and collate the responses, collate the scores, and then can give the responses back to the people. So there is some automation in there, but rest assured the answers are me.
So AI seems to just be infiltrating that little bit, step by step, into our daily world as well.
It is
very, very helpful with some things. Like I had one recently where we're doing some price increases, and a couple of spreadsheets in, and you would have to go through multiple pages of multiple things, and hey, put this in, let's do this. And a report come out, nice and easy to see, and find what we needed to increase, what the percentage price rise we needed to put in, and it was all super, super helpful information.
Yeah, it is really great when you can get the skills to do what you need it to do. Do be warned though, because I'm dealing with Claude, so everybody deals with something a little bit different. Are you a Claudie or a Chatty?
No, I'm ChatGTP.
Okay,
please be kind to me.
I was Chat. I've gone to Claude. I've defected. But they all have their own positives and I can't say so much negatives, but they're ups and they're downs. Some are stronger in some points and some are stronger in others. But I now use Claude, and it has projects and it has skills and it has code. It also has co-work. So it's really quite interesting what you can get it to do. So I actually attached it to my inbox yesterday. And so it's a Chrome extension, and I got it to, because my inbox was getting very full as they do, and I got it to look at my inbox and give me some suggestions to cleaning it up. It then came back to me with the suggestions. It told me that this one, emails from this person I hadn't opened, or this company I hadn't opened for umpteen months or whatever it was, and I should unsubscribe to this and that and this and that. And so it gave me all of these ideas, and then it actually said to me, do you want me to archive anything that's older than 6 months old? Remember, you can always search for it. So it gave me all of these things, and it was great. So now got a clean inbox. So the things you can get it to do are really helpful. But I do caution businesses to make sure that look, let's face it, people these days are looking for human interaction. They're looking for connection, and especially with business. I'm trusting my pool to you, Nick. I want to know that you know what you're doing, that you are who you say you are, that I want to be connected with you. I want to buy from somebody I like. I want to buy from somebody I trust. Yep. And I'm also entrusting the health and safety of my swimming pool to your company, and my family are swimming in it. So I want to know that it's going to be looked after, and that you value my business. Now, if the responses that I'm getting from a business are all AI generated, and I can tell, because you can tell, and the ads that I'm seeing from your business are AI generated, and believe me, you can really tell that one, then that's actually creating disconnect. So I would urge businesses out there that are using AI, by all means, use AI to sort your inbox, maybe polish your emails, maybe not write them completely, because AI does have a very distinct voice. And I've put lots of my own work into my projects as they are on Claude. I've given it my personality, my branding, my intellectual property, and all of that. So a lot of what it can give me back is me to a degree. But I would never, ever get AI to write a blog post or a newsletter or anything like that to my clients. Sometimes it can sprinkle some magic on my English to make it a little bit easier to understand and maybe a little less wordy. I have a tendency to ramble, so it seems. And And so AI is good for that. So I do suggest that or recommend that businesses do that. It can certainly fast track some activities. Like you said, spreadsheets is brilliant. Giving it information and asking it to populate it into a spreadsheet, absolutely awesome. But when it comes to ads, and I want to talk about this because I am seeing an increase in this on social media, please do not use AI to write your advertisements for your business. And I mean design, I mean the whole lot. Those ads are very, very obviously AI. I think I spoke about it before where I've seen pumps that don't look anything like pumps. I've seen people standing on water actually servicing pools. I've seen six fingers. I've seen a filter and a pump that was basically sitting on the edge of the pool or on the water. Like the crazy things that you see that these images are generated, but not just that, the wording. There is so much writing on these ads. You can't possibly, one, read it because it's too friggin' small. And two, I'm not going to sit there and read all of that on an advert.
Yeah, they feel so shallow. They feel just so. Yeah. Look, there's no passion. There's nothing. There's no substance to any of them. And I tried with our water test printout to make one. And I put it on. I had it on for a day, and it's just like, oh, I just don't like this. It just doesn't look good. Doesn't feel good.
No.
Ripped it off.
And they've actually done research on this already that actually shows that AI-generated ads are actually creating disconnect. So these ads are not only not connecting with your clients are actually turning away from you because of the adverts.
Yep.
So you need, if you're using them in your business, you need to stop. There's lots of things you can do. Alternatively, you could use AI and then really water it down and get rid of a lot of the information. I think far too many people are trying to be too wordy, and then use pictures that are really yours.
Yep.
Like have your service technicians out servicing pools.
Yep.
Have photos of your vehicles, your photos of your shop, whatever it might be. People love to see that. And so it creates connection because they go, oh, that's my pool guy. Or,
Yes.
oh, yeah, that's their van. Or, yeah, I've been in their shop.
Dealing with lizards on top of chlorinators and scaring them to death.
Yes, well, as I said to you when you sent me that photo, well, at least it's got legs.
Yes. Still scared me, though.
Lizards that don't have legs scare me. Let's call them the snake kind. But yes, I just really want to implore people that if you're using AI, by all means use it to speed things up, systemize, help you get your work done from an admin side, absolutely. But don't let it replace you. People don't want that. Your customers don't want that. If you want to build and nurture your relationships with your customers, AI is most certainly not the way to do it. So,
No, I definitely think with some of the, polish this email, do this, do that. And it's like, okay, I don't think I'm too old to keep learning. So it's like, okay, yeah, maybe I do this, maybe I use a bit of that. And as long as you keep learning and taking those things in, it's just going to give a better product.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's still important for us to not entrust everything to AI. Like I know that we've got water testing results and all of that sort of thing that tells us, that spits out the information. But you and I both know that it's actually imperative that a pool technician actually understands water balance and is looking for the rhyme and reason and reading between the lines, not just following the bouncing ball.
Yeah.
So
looking at the trends, identifying the trends. Was this a problem last time? Was it not? Why are we doing this?
Yeah.
Yes.
Why is it happening? Like, why is it so? As Professor Sumner, I can't remember his name, but I remember there was a professor on TV when I was very young, very old guy then. So, and he used to say, why is it so? So, So yeah, we need to ask the why and look for the rhyme and reason, and not only cure the situation, but address the prevention as well. So how can we prevent this from happening again? Like, yeah, if the chlorine level's low, we add chlorine, and I'm talking saltwater chlorinated pool or a liquid chlorine fed pool. I can add chlorine, it'll raise the chlorine level. But if I'm not addressing the issue with the feeder or the chlorinator, I'm going to come back next month and I'm going to have the same problem all over again.
Yep.
So
you've got to ask those questions, and asking the right questions and following it up with the good advice. I think that's one of the reasons why we've got so many loyal customers in our in the business, is just because of those follow-up questions, and not simply just selling them the chemicals, finding out why, what's the problem, what have they done.
Yeah, what have they done? Speaking of what have they done, you had a customer.
Oh, I've got another funny story actually. So we've got a indoor pool, a commercial pool that they maintain themselves. So he needed to go and add in 250 grams of chlorine remover into the pool. He brought his 25-kilo bag of chlorine remover, sodium thiosulfate, put it down beside the pool, went to scoop it out, knocked it over, and put in somewhere about 8 kilos of chlorine remover, fell into this 70,000 litre indoor pool.
Oh, my Lord.
So he's panicked. He's gone and bought, I think, 45 litres of liquid chlorine, thrown that in, hasn't come and seen us. So when he still couldn't get a chlorine result, he grabbed his yellow lid in our state, but his stabilized chlorine in the indoor pool, and thrown, I think, 10 kilos of that into the indoor pool. So not only is he struggling with a high cyanuric level now with his probes and his acid feeder and all the chlorine and the chlorine remover, this pool has just turned into an absolute nightmare.
Oh, my Lord. Oh, wow.
I looked at the water test and I'm like, why has he got like 80, 90 parts of stabilizer in the water? How has this happened?
Yes.
And we got the story out of him that this is what has transpired. So
and that's the important thing, is actually sometimes customers won't admit what they've done. You get that, don't you?
Oh, yes. Yep.
And I think they're waiting for you just to do what some pool shops do and just spit out the results and let them get on their merry way. But when you actually understand water chemistry and you go, well, hang on a minute, you're only in here a couple of weeks ago and this and this and this, something doesn't add up here. What have you done? And sometimes it can take a bit of prodding to actually get the true answer out of them, can't it?
Which was definitely the case in this instance. It was like, this pool's going to be a little bit troublesome for a while, I think.
But at least he knew what he had put in the pool, unlike your other customer.
Yes. So we've had another customer recently that we're halfway through a stain treatment, and unfortunately we were closed on Sunday. So they went to the opposition, who happened to be open on the weekend, added in everything that they recommended on the weekend, called us on Monday and said, I feel really bad. I feel like I've cheated on you guys.
Don't you
what
love
have you
that?
done? Yeah, what have you done? Oh, well, you guys weren't open, so I went to the other shop and I've thrown some product in, and now the pool's cloudy and I don't know what to do. So I said, okay, what did you throw in? I don't know. I threw out the container as well. So I'm assuming it's another type of stain remover, but this is just one of those customers that's like, unfortunately, you've done everything wrong, and now we've got to pick up the pieces.
And now you're not only dealing with the initial problem, you're now dealing with a second problem as well. I had one that went to a similar situation. We were closed on a Sunday. Their pool was green. They weren't a regular service client. Pool was green. They went into the local hardware store who do water testing with a water link spin, mind you.
Okay.
But of course, a little bit of knowledge is dangerous, and somebody who doesn't know how to interpret test results is just as bad. So
100%.
This particular test, they had copper because their pool had been green. And they'd come and bought an algicide, and they'd bought a copper-based algicide, and obviously hadn't completely followed the instructions. But anyway, they'd added it in because it was still green on the Sunday. They then went to the hardware store. The hardware store tested their water, saw that they had copper in the water, and then proceeded to sell them metal removers and a copper-based algicide at the same time.
Oh.
So, like I said, a little bit of knowledge can be very dangerous. And so, I just shook my head, and they did the exact same thing. They said, "Oh, I'm sorry you weren't open on Sunday and I feel really bad." I mean, well, I don't mind. I completely understand. But now we've got two problems that we're going to fix.
Yep.
Not only green, but they've put metal remover in the pool, which is the metals are there for a reason. Not only that, but they've sold you metal remover and they've sold you a metal-based algicide. Like, seriously. Crazy stuff. So, but the quiz, like I said, is free. There is an upgraded version if you want to pay a little bit extra. I think it's like $39, and you actually get a reply that's personalized. So that one is actually scoured by me and personally added to, and you get that over all 10 areas of your business with 10 action points. So the good old personality quiz comes back. Let's have some fun with it.
Yes, I'm excited. Sign me up. I will do it.
You can be my test guinea pig. I'll send it to you after this.
Will I have all the hats on? Will I have every? Can I be all of them at once?
I think you'll come in under the foreman.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the second top one. The owner is obviously, got all their ducks in a row. And then some, and don't need to be in their business at all, and everything is smooth sailing without them. So as much as I know you do a hell of a job, I also know you're still finger very much on the pulse, and you're central to the business. So I think you'll probably come out to be a foreman.
Okay, rightio. Let's see. I'll report back next week.
Let's see. We will report back. But you said that you would like to do something similar with your customers.
Yeah, so I thought it was an interesting idea, and how could we, potentially use AI or use that sort of idea to maybe target our customers through an online quiz or something fun through social media. I don't know. I think there's some avenue there that we could get a bit better engagement with our customers, because people love those little games and those little fun things.
You could have.
So
you could have, what type of pool owner am I? And then you could have you could have the nitpicker. You could have the I don't touch my pool. You could have I'm not a chlorine pool. I'm not a chlorine pool. I'm a salt pool.
Yeah.
We're probably going to have too many owner types, aren't we?
Yeah. The engineer that is deals with water, and if it's clear, it's fine. That type, we get plenty of those ones as well.
Yes. Yep. And the one that questions everything that you're asking them to put in, or actually worse yet, the one you might need to have a shop customer and a service customer, because the service customer will be guaranteed, like they'll be the ones that I'll hang over your shoulder, ask you everything that you're doing in intricate detail, and then tell you how to do it. Those ones.
I often recommend to the customers, it's like, I need, it's the first time here, and I can't do two things at once. So I can't have a conversation with you and concentrate on what I'm doing. I'm sorry, I'm a bloke, I can't do it. So, you need to just leave me, let me do my thing.
Yes.
And I'll start at one end of the pool and work my way through. And multiple times I've had customers, oh no, the problem's back there. So it doesn't matter. This is where I start. I start from here, work my way back. Yeah, but let me show you this. It's like, no. This is how it's done.
Yeah. Don't you love it? Do you go into the kitchen at a restaurant and tell the chef how to cook your meal?
Well, I pulled another rock out of the out of a suction line today, rattling around. So it was like, that was a tricky one. But she was good. She left me alone. So let me do my thing.
Yes, absolutely. It's they hire somebody to do the job, and then they like to tell them how to do it. So, but look, that's probably the minority. I would say they're the minority, but they can be a bit of.
They're the ones we talk about. They're the ones that we always go back and talk about.
Yeah, and it's the same for our customers. Like we don't talk about sometimes we do talk about our good customers, but we don't talk about our good customers as not nearly as much as we talk about our pain in the ass ones or the pain in the ass jobs. And our customers are the same. Like they might have some really good customer experiences with us, but they'll remember the bad ones. And so that's why in business we really need to make sure that we are really analysing what we're doing on a day-to-day basis right across the spectrum. And a classic example of this, and this is actually one of the questions on the quiz, is how is your business represented across all touch points? So your service vehicles, your signage, your retail store, your advertisements, or your social media marketing. If your messaging is not consistent, what message is that giving to your client? Like, are you a hot mess? And can they expect a hot mess when they deal with you? So, really looking at those sort of things in your business can be really insightful. So I hope everybody jumps on and grabs a copy of it. And, I hope my system can handle the influx. If it breaks, I'm sorry in advance. But no, it'll be interesting for sure. So, and I expect yours to be the first one.
Yes, well, send me the link. I've got 10 minutes before the kids get home and the house goes crazy again. So we'll see.
Oh, good. Very good. All right. Well, that draws us to a close for today's episode. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you got something out of today's episode as always. And remember, if you have any questions, any topic suggestions, please send us an email at talkingpools@gmail.com and Rudy will dish those questions out to the most appropriate host. If you want it to come to us, though, just mark it for Mondays Down Under. But until next week, when we will be back for another riveting episode, we hope you have a great week ahead and get lovely clean pools and have a great week. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Nick.
Thank you. Bye.
I just wanted to take a minute to say thank you for listening today. I'm hoping you enjoyed the episode as much as we enjoyed putting it together for you. Listen, it's been a couple of wacky, crazy, screwed up years from pandemic to Poolmageddon. I just want you to know that we are all in this together. If there's anything that we can do for you, send me an email at talkingpools@gmail.com. Again, that's talkingpools@gmail.com. We're here. This is your podcast. We are the Pool People's podcast, of the Pool People, for the Pool People, by the Pool People's podcast. This one is about you. So thank you for tuning in and listening. Do me a favor, click subscribe before you go. That way you don't miss an episode.